Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ride+Razz, Zwifting away. Back to doing Rolling with ENVE. This is stage 2 of 4, and this is BRAEk-fast Grits and Grits course. I don't think I've ever done this one as well. So it's 22 kilometers, 111 meters of climbing, and it's got a couple of naughty sections in it.
3,
Climbing
2, 1.
Clyde Kicker,
1 minute.
Breakaway Brae, and the Sgurr Summit South. So some decent climbing in this. I'm in the advanced cat again, so I've got 25-30 riders this time, not as many as last week, but I'm on a different time today, 7:15 Monday rather than 5:15 Monday. 5:15 Monday, which is the first one of the rides for the advanced. Appears to be the busiest, to be honest with you. So yeah, I look a bit serious here because I jumped on with only 3 minutes warm up, just because of family life. It happens to the best of us. So I got a bit of fear here, the Zwift fear, no warm up. So let's see how we get on. And yeah, maybe I'll treat this as a Recon rather than a race. And as it's a bit of a Recon, try and highlight these best places to attack or where I struggled. And straight off the bat, we've got the Breakaway Brae straight off the start. So if you can, I'd get a warm-up in for sure. And as you can see, without a warm-up, I didn't realise my Zwift controllers weren't active, so I had to jump on that. So that affected me a little bit. I dropped off the back here because once you start playing around with your pairings, you really slow down completely. So I'm lucky not to have got dropped there, to be honest with you. The pace wasn't crazy high. But yeah, I think I'm planning just to hold on as best as I can. The power-ups for this are anvil, or as we call it in TNP, blacksmith, and feather. But obviously, feather's brilliant for your climbing, and I'm going to save the anvil for this descent after the Breakaway Brae, because that'll give me a little bit of an advantage going downhill, so I won't have to put as much effort in to keep up with these guys. To be honest with you, there's a good group of Velo Score 1 riders here, so I'm going to be pushing myself to kind of keep on with this. Got this one a bit wrong actually. So this is the Sgurr Climb, not the Breakaway Brae. So yeah, this is the Sgurr Climb, and as you can see, I've held on. I'm at the front. I'm happy. I'm really pushing myself a little bit here. Not out of the saddle yet. Drop the anvil just over the top, and keep that power on and just keep going down. So, as I hadn't done much of a warm-up, I didn't really know the course, so I didn't know what the Recon was, but recognised it straight away. This is Clyde Kicker territory, so coming to the Clyde Kicker, and most people will have seen me, seen my Clyde Kicker YouTube videos races before, so plan is to kind of stick with the pack. If it ramps up that 5-6 watts, stick with them, and then just at the base of the main kick, try and drop 8-9, maybe 10 watts. But as I've seen, there's quite a lot to come up, quite a lot of climbing to go, or quite intense climbing anyway, so not push myself too hard here. Save that energy for later on the course. Enough energy, enough power just to keep hanging on with this group. Don't forget to power off in this second section of the Clyde Kicker. Everyone seems to forget this bit, and sometimes this is where breaks can happen, but so early in the race, I can't see many people attacking at this point, to breakaway anyway. Now we've got a decent bit of flat after the Clyde Kicker, so it's a good time to recover if you can, stick in the pack, let others take the lead if you want. And you can also attack off this, but again, there's still 15k to go, so numerous attacking points, and you've also got the Sgurr Climb at the end. this little climb up through the castle. This always seems to be a little bit of an attacking point for some riders. And the group kind of split apart a little bit here. Later come back together because it's all very draftable, but as you can see, this Rhino's rider, Brignall, puts in a good solid 7 watts and gets a decent lead over the group. But there's enough riders in this group to chase that down over the distance that we got left. And here we go, we're coming into these intensive, short, sharp little kickers. This isn't the Breakaway Brae, but this is the little, I would call it, the castle tunnel. Attack off that last flag and just keep going. Don't let up your intensity and keep attacking until the end of that yellow section, or you get drops here. So you keep going until the very end of the rise. Here I'm doing not crazy watts, 8 watts, but it's kept me with the group and I haven't overexerted myself. Although actually looking at my face, I definitely have. I've got a feather here, so I'll save that for my Breakaway Brae attempts. So I dropped my feather at the kind of start of the Breakaway Brae. It's not that long and the feather will last the whole distance quite easily. Again, not crazy numbers coming out here, but enough to split us all up a little bit. And the trick here is to also keep attacking until you come over the rise and hit the banner, because it's still climbing here, it's still 1-2%, and then drop off again. And then you do that 4 times. Luckily, I got another feather, but on my next 2 attempts, I'll get the anvil. So I will use the anvil, well, you'll see. As you can see with my face, there's 8k to go and I'm struggling a little bit here, so I need to drop the anvil at some point, get some recovery in. What I intend to do is do this climb next Breakaway Brae and drop the anvil just before the banner and get another power up, and that'll help me over the top and down the next section with a bit of weight. What I've found with Zwift climbing, coming out of the saddle to get extra power makes a big difference. It's something I've been practicing a lot with. I do find it quite difficult with my watt bike Atom yeah, so I've got a water bike Atom as my kind of race bike to keep the power on without spinning out, even at gears 18, 19, 20. So if anybody's got any kind of hints, tips for the watt bike Atom, what to set it up or how to set it up, does it need calibrating, that'd be great. But yeah, over the top, drop the anvil, so I don't have to do as much power to keep up with the group. So yeah, there we go. That's 3 of the Breakaway Braes done. 1 left. And at the back of, I think, the Kicker. And then Sgurr Summit. 2 sections of it. As you can see, that was relatively easy compared to the previous 3 climbs up the Breakaway Brae, and I think that's because people are holding back a little bit for the last climbs. So now we'll drop down after the banner, loop around again, do the back of, I think it's the back of the Kicker. Maybe it's not. I'm not quite sure what it's called. Anyway, little naughty climb, and then Sgurr Summit. It's really slowed down here now. We're only doing 2.5, 3 watts. And everyone's slowed down because of sharp left here. And we're back up the back end of this climb. I think it's the one with the tunnel at the beginning with the flags. As you can see, I'm only doing 6 or 7 watts. But the guys here doing 10, 8, 10 watts. So I really need to hold on here. And if I can stick with this pack, then should be okay, I think. There we go. It's a Sgurr Climb. I've only done this once. It's a decent climb. This first section is quite draftable, it would appear. And there is actually a power up, which I didn't know about. There's a power up halfway up this climb. So if you've got feather, you could drop your feather now, and then there's a likelihood that you get a feather on the next halfway banner of this climb. As we get to this halfway point where it comes a little bit flat in the middle, the front pack, put the pedal down, doing 6-7 watts. You can see with my face, I'm really grinding this one out. And I'm holding on for dear life, really. So I would quite like a top 10 finish here. But yeah, these advanced races are bloody hard, and there's some incredible riders doing them. So here's that halfway point banner, which I didn't know you get a power up for. So nice little power up, which would be good. Hopefully not an anvil, and get a little feather. Perfect, just what I wanted. There's only 1.2 kilometers after this point, so if you can bury yourself still, I would try and go all out here. I didn't quite realize how short a distance there was. And so I've used the feather on this first deep section, just to try to see if I can hold on with this group ahead of me. And I think probably, I'm in gear 17 here, I probably could have dropped into gear 18. My RPM's quite high. And grind it out a bit more, maybe 6.5 watts, but this is the benefit of hindsight, looking back on races like this. There's a little bit of flat section here. If I had been a bit closer, I could have done some draft. This is perfect drafting territory, which is really unfortunate, but keep my head up. Still put out 4.5 watts. I've got a little bit of a lead to the guy behind me, and I want to kind of keep that and try and aim, chase down a couple of people in front of me, because there's only 4 seconds, and 4 seconds on a climb like this can disappear quite quickly. So you're fairly flat, and then this last short, sharp little section. As you can see, put down a little bit more power. I see this guy ahead of me, he's really dropped off. So I really put my last effort in there, last all my beans, see if I can chase them down. And what you have to remember at the top here is that the finish isn't the summit. The finish is another 100 meters further on. You can see the banner there. So if you can, keep going, as I did here, and take that extra place if you can. So there you go. That's stage 2. Rolling with ENVE. Breakfast, grits and grits. 20 odd kilometers. That was really hard, and I don't think I'll be racing that one again. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed that one, can you please subscribe, share, like, whatever you want to do, really, and comment. Any comments are always trying to reply to. Any input on climbing technique or how to improve using the watt bike atom, or any sprinting technique stuff from previous videos, that'd be nice. yeah, thanks very much. Cheers. Bye bye.